Yo, guys, I think we are live. Let me know if we're good. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since stream, but we are. Is Twitch even live? All right, guys. Let me know if you can see me. Let me know if we're all good. Same Twitch and YouTube. Wake up, Vulcan. Hey, it's a bit like that, isn't it? Yep, it's live. Okay, yeah, we're good on both. All right, this is a sponsored stream. I got to say that. Massive shout out to Etheria for sponsoring me, even though I've been saying this is going to be my main game anyway. So massive shout out to them. We are going to be watching the dev live stream, which is coming up in about half an hour. Now, I actually attend this one. Like, I'm in this dev live stream. For anyone wondering, I will do a complete recap on this dev live stream and everything in it in a video. If you're looking for just the TLDR version in the future and you're looking at this VOD, I'm trying to think of anything else I need to do for the sponsor thing because I suck at streams. You guys know I'm not the greatest streamer, so I'm trying to think of everything I have to do. Oh, I got to put a YouTube pin comment on the YouTube stream. But yeah, dude, I am so excited for this game. Massive shout out to them for letting me on to do part of their first dev live stream, essentially. And when the dev live stream starts, they asked me to like hide my camera and mute. So you guys that are here right now, you'll get the inside word that that's what's happening. I might make a joke about it and just be like, oh, I got somewhere to be. But I'll just be hanging in both YouTube and Twitch chats during the live stream. If they do anything beforehand at the start of the live stream where my face isn't there, I'm going to stay here on camera. But as soon as it comes to the interview bit that we did, that's when I'll just drop my camera and mic and I'll just chill in chat. And then we'll come back at the end of it, have a bit of a debrief. And yeah, that's pretty much what we're up to. Blitz, how you going, man? Audio and visual... coming through loud and clear. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any issues with audio or anything like that. We're just going to chill out. We're going to look at some stuff for the game until this dev live stream. And then, yeah, we'll go through the dev live stream. And then that's pretty much the gist. All right. I feel like I need some... I feel like we need some tunes or something in the background. Normally I have a game audio. I'm pro streamer here. You guys know how it is. What's everyone been up to, though? Are you guys going to be playing Etheria? Dude, I can't wait for the 8th. That's the beta. We get official release date in this dev live stream as well. So we've just been basing it off of the Apple App Store. But now I believe they're giving us the official date during the live stream. 100% going to play? Nice. Yep. Yeah, I'm hanging for it to drop too, man. They already said that the app date was official, did they? Where did they say that? We'll just wait anyway. I'm pretty sure that they'll like lately, like early days. I remember early days with games, like the Apple App Store was always just like way off. But I feel like in recent times, the Apple App Store has been pretty spot on. They posted it in the YouTube. Ah, okay. I didn't see that. Just dropped HSR. Need to fill the void. Yeah, I think this is going to be a good one to fill the void. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm really looking forward to this one. Oh, they leaked it earlier today, did they? That's hilarious. That's hilarious. All right, let's. I just saw they put a Tiamat trailer up, so let's have a look at some trailers and stuff. How's audio levels, by the way?
Awakening from her slumber, Tiamat's grip tightened once more around her spear. Rend, pierce, destroy. When her true form manifests, her fury will devastate all like a raging tempest.
Can I just say, I think they're going to release like a sneak peek of new characters, and there's probably going to be new characters in this coming beta. I just honestly hope that none of them make me want to get them instead of Tiamat. Tiamat was my absolute favorite through the entire beta. Like, she carried me hard, and she's the one I just want to get. I want to get Lily and her. That's where I'm at the moment. But maybe there'll be some new stuff.
Tiamat stands among the most formidable animus beings ever recorded, capable of transforming into the mighty mother dragon form under specific conditions. A transformation that can turn the tide of battle. Or first...
Normally when they say that, like it can turn the tide of battle, they're just like putting in fluff. But dude, when she turns, it is freaking savage. Like that AoE HP based nuke is like one of the hardest hitting things in the game. And then it's because it's a basic attack, like all your revenge or ally attack abilities, like just make her nuke the entire field. It's so damn satisfying. Dude, I love this character. They nerfed Tiamat, but it was a small nerf, so I think she'll still stay OP. Where did you see the nerfs? Where do we see the nerfs? I'm curious on that. Is there a reference to it? Oh, in these skill descriptions. I hadn't even read this. Takes the ultimate form, gains. The stack numbers stay the same. Each stack increases healing received by 4% up to 20 stacks. I think I can't remember the numbers. Yeah, I can't remember the numbers. I'd have to see a comparison. And taunt from 60 to 50%. I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, the taunt was so cheesy, like the fact that you could just taunt on turn one, because one of the bonus abilities that you can get on the shell is like for the first few turns you get like higher accuracy, so you get like a massive boost to accuracy. So you just use that first taunt in PvP, and you don't have to gear her with any accuracy for it either. It was kind of busted. Like the amount of shell synergies that she had was insane. Will be a bit harder to change form, but damage is the same. Oh, so gaining the stacks is harder, is it? Let's see if we see it here.
Thunder Spear unleashes a double strike based on her maximum health.
Also, this may not be final either.
Additional true damage. Her second skill, Seal of
Where is it?
Life sacrifices a portion of her health to bless all allies with shield
Let's
and
see.
heal over time effects for 2 turns. Her ultimate, Eternity.
I can't remember where it's written. Which ability has it written for a change form?
Attack against all enemies with a chance to taunt them. Upon evolving to Dragon Mother form, Tiamat deals.
Wait, here it is. Takes the ultimate form. Tiamat unleashes a purifying. Dude, where does it actually state how much HP she has to lose to gain a stack? Okay. Dude, I can't remember where it actually states how much she has to lose to gain a stack. Used to be 12%. Oh, it's 13% now. Yeah, okay. That honestly, it's not too bad. Not too bad.
Purge Day, inflicting massive damage, but also restores a significant portion of her health. Her passive skill, Mother of Evolution, allows her to shoulder a portion of damage meant for allies. When she loses or recovers a certain percentage of her maximum health, she automatically gains increased healing effects. Once her Dragon Blood stacks reach a threshold, Tiamat instantly transforms into her powerful dragon.
The nutty thing is the interaction of this ability where, because she can place the heal over time, if her turn, and I don't know if they change this, but if her turn starts and the heal over time at the start of her turn is what triggers the threshold, she gets to use she gets to attack, but then the bonus turn kicks in straight after, so she gets to double nuke with her AoE. It's nuts. It's so good.
Mother form. However, each action in this state consumes an increasing number of Dragon Blood stacks. To maximize her potential, Tiamat needs strong healing support from both Animus and Shell allies to quickly achieve and maintain her Dragon Mother form. Each fragment of her fractured psyche bears witness to the wounds inflicted upon her, as endless as her pain is her burning wrath.
And dude, there is nothing better. There is nothing better than when you put the revenge set on her and then they attack and you just see this animation and it's just like the whole team's dead. It's so good. It's so satisfying.
Even maintain her Dragon Mother form. Each fragment of her.
What else we got? Final Test Direct. Did I watch this? Oh, this was just the trailer. Actually, dude, I gotta be careful because one of their other trailers had copyright sounds in it and I had to redo the video. So I gotta be careful. Hopefully they don't have any copyright stuff in their live stream, because that would be annoying. That would be annoying. Let's check out Doki. Doki kind of nuts too.
Longing to be illuminated by the spotlight, longing to perform passionately on stage, longing to be remembered by the world. Though born as a data life form in the sea of
Woody, how are you, dude?
Doki burns with desires, no different from humans.
Is this beta going to be open? I'm honestly not too sure. I think they might give details here. Does anyone know? Because the last few have all been just like, as long as you just download it, you get to play it. I don't know if there's going to be a limited number on this one, next one. I'm not sure, to be honest. Yeah, Doki and Lily are going to be huge.
Skill 1. Deals damage to a single enemy with the chance to gain 1 stack of backup. Backup, before a debuffed ally's turn, automatically consumes 1 stack to remove all their debuffs and grant immunity for 2 turns.
Like, that in itself is so dumb. It's a passive that activates at the start of their turn. Doki's nuts. Oh, dude.
Immunity stacks up to 6 times and cannot be dispelled. Skill 2. Reduces 1 ally's skill cooldown by 1 turn, 4 consecutive times. Each time targeting the ally...
Is this dual streamed? Yeah, this is. I'm streaming this on YouTube and Twitch.
...with the longest total skill cooldown and granting them 1 stack of data stream. Data stream. Each stack increases speed slightly, stacks up to 6 times, and cannot be dispelled. Ultimate. Increases 1 ally's action progress 6 consecutive times, each time targeting the ally with the lowest action progress and granting them...
It's not the most reliable, like speed cleave turn gauge boost, because it goes the lowest ally, and then if they creep above, like say 2 ticks creeps them above the next ally, then it'll go to the next ally, and then they'll keep like yo-yoing like that.
1 stack of data stream, then grants self 4 stacks of backup.
Yeah, there was already guilds in the beta. And I believe they said in their little a video they put out like 2 weeks ago that there's going to be the guild PvP as well. We never got the guild PvP in beta, but there's like guild boss, there's like guild gifting of fragments of characters so you can get dupes and stuff like that.
As a support animist, Doki excels at accelerating team skill rotation through intelligent action progress and cooldown manipulation. Her backup ensures allies can act by cleansing debuffs, proving her invaluable worth in arena. Born from others' desires, she'll burn everything for her own.
Cool. We got about 17 minutes. 17 minutes and then we're good to go. Chiaki, I don't even know how to say this name, but she's like a good free-to-play type SR unit gauge booster. You'll see her a lot in arena. Early game. Formal Noah, it's going good, man. How are you? What makes this one stand out? This one goes back... The thing that makes this game stand out for me is it's gone away from the casual Hoyo model back to the Epic 7 Raid Summoner's War type model of being more of a grindy, like, heavy play game, which I enjoy way more than the casual Hoyo model. So that's what makes it stand out. And it's just like, it's already got a ton of game nodes. Their PvP is really organized. It's super free-to-play friendly. You'll see in the live stream, they go through a bunch of information. Like, I was impressed with how much, like, you know, no 50-50 on banners. You can get LD units from the standard banner and stuff like that. Dupes, there's no unlocking of like abilities behind dupes. Dupes are just small stat increases. I have not pulled for Shimira yet. No, I haven't. No, I was going to make a video. I haven't made a video in ages on Journey. Do dupes work like... Yeah, so yeah, like the dupes are not like in Star Rail, where it's like you need like Firefly. It's like if you want the extra turn thing, you've got to get to 2 dupes. In this game, it's like your dupes give you like maybe a little bit of HP, a little bit of attack, a little bit of crit, maybe some damage, amplification. There's no like abilities tied behind dupes, and I'm not too sure how they're going to do it, but back in the last beta, I believe that dupes didn't count in live arena. But they did in the normal arena and stuff like that. But yeah, like when you and there's no weapons either. So if you just pull a character, you basically get to play that character to their full kit's capacity. They do have shells which are like weapons, but they're another farmable thing in the game. In the early game, I don't think there was pre-bans. When I played, like in the RTA in-game, there was no pre-bans. That was like a tournament type thing. So unless we didn't get to high enough leagues in the beta, I finished rank 2 in real-time arena, and I never saw pre-bans in the actual game of it. So not too sure what's going to happen with pre-bans in the actual in-game RTA. That was more of a tournament thing because everyone had everything.
A heart of melody and wisdom.
Rerolling be necessary? No, it won't be necessary, but you know I'm going to do it. There's a 30 summon banner to get a select SSR that you want, but it doesn't include the light dark units.
In glorious radiance, through song she conquered her fears. Between strings and notes, Chaiki found herself again. Now she stands.
Is it mass summons like summoners? Or is it more gacha summon system like Honkai? Kind of in between. It's like, so the rate up banners have in beta, it was a 100 pity, no soft pity, but there's no 50-50. So if you do a 10 pull and you hit an SSR, you get that character. The standard banner was an 80 pity with a 50 soft pity. And you could even get light dark units on it. And it did feel like it gave way more summons than something like a Hoyo game, but I'm waiting to see what the summon income feels like in the new beta. So I'll have to wait and see.
Boldly in the spotlight, expressing her heart's true voice.
No, there's a chance to reroll and get Doki because you can get her on the standard banner. Yep. Yes, like the fact that so I think it's a 1% drop rate for an SSR, and I think on the standard banner it's and don't quote me on this because it's been a while since I played that beta. I think it was 1%, and it was 0.75 to be a standard element and 0.25 to be a light dark. So it's still not too bad, but I could be wrong. Dude, I can't remember the rates exactly. 0.25 for LD and 0.75 for the normals. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Nailed it.
Skill 1 deals damage to a single enemy.
Yeah, it's closer to Epic 7 Raid and Summoner's War than Star Rail.
Skill 2 passive. Before Chiaki's turn, grants plus attack for
Chiaki. Dude, I had no idea how to say her name.
2 turns to 2 random.
You'll see that I have no idea how to say any character's name really, but you know, it is what it is. Pridewin already have the gotcha info. Okay, you can jump to Pridewin. I knew they'd been building it, but they've already got info there.
Plus attack grants Ave Maria instead. Ave Maria.
Who plays first in the RTA? Dude, I can't remember the guy's name. I can't remember his name. He wasn't a content creator. He was a player. Dude, I remember I messaged him, and I think he was the one that I messaged because I messaged all like the higher rank guys to discuss it. And I think he said, I'm not even sure if I'm going to play the game, but he sweated in the RTA.
Maria grants immunity to action progress reduction and steals effects. At the end of the turn, increases other allies' action progress. Ultimate increases all allies' action progress and grants plus attack for 2 turns.
Thanks, Josh, mate. I'm doing good, man. Hope you're doing well.
Ave Maria for 2 turns. As a support animus, Chiaki accelerates team actions while amplifying damage output. Her Ave Maria provides crucial protection against action progress manipulation.
What else we got? Valerian was one I was actually using for a little bit in my arena defense and caught a lot of people out on it. She's actually really fun too. But I eventually replaced her. She's another SR unit.
A dreamer walking through memory's passage.
Yeah, Chiaki's a 4-star, which is handy. But like the big 4 stars, are like Chiaki will be one of the main ones. The other main one will be, you'll see Sanaya. Sanaya's going to be everywhere. She's an amazing, amazing SR unit. Like you really want to pull her in like the first couple of days of your account. Otherwise, you'll kind of feel like bad about it, in my opinion. She's just got like big heal with which is a revive. If there's a dead ally, you can use it to revive. It increases their max HP. Then she has a basic attack, which also advances her own turn gauge, so she gets more attacks. And then she has a passive where at the start of it's on her attack. At the end of her attack, I believe it is. I can't remember the exact sequence of it, but she has a heal when she uses her basic attack, and it also cleanses. So she's got like healing, cleansing, reviving, max HP increasing. She's huge. Better than Ling Luo? Different. Ling Luo is like your AoE whole team. You'll see that Sanaya... Sanaya has the res. Ling Luo doesn't have the res. Ling Luo has the immunity. She has the cleansing as well. And she's got bigger AoE heals. Sanaya's more like consistent where she can keep using basic attack to doing chip heals. And then the revive and max HP increase, you'll see a lot paired with Tiamat. It's really effective with Tiamat. Yeah, I used Valerian. She was in my arena defense for a fair little while during the beta until I got a replacement.
A phantom drifting in realms of illusion. Standing in memory's depths, Valerian guides the lost through boundless hallucinations, while marking graves for those lost in eternal slumber. As she gazes into others' dreams, she searches for her own.
She's basically like cheat deathness.
Skill 1 deals damage to a single enemy with a chance to inflict slumber for 1 turn. Skill 2 grants invincibility to 1 ally and heal over time to all allies for 1 turn. When target's HP is low, extends heal over time duration by 1 turn. Ultimate redistributes and balances all allies' current HP percentages, then grants self Hazy Dream for 2 turns. Hazy Dream, Valerian becomes immune to control effects and action progress manipulation, but cannot act at the start of an ally's turn. Grants them a shield for 2 turns based on Valerian's max HP and 1 basic buff they don't already have. When an ally is about to die, immediately heals them and ends Hazy Dream. As a
So that Hazy Dream thing's the thing. And then I believe it's through one of her, like, quote unquote, like I call them traces. I can't remember what they actually call them. You can get her to get her Hazy Dream state at the start of battle. So basically you throw her in, and at the start of battle, you get an instant cheat death for any ally. So it's like sort of an anti-cleave type thing in PvP. So it's pretty cool because she's an SR unit. She's like more free to play friendly, so a lot more people will have her. So she's like a nice little avoid cleave, because you guys know how it is in these games. Early days, it's all about cleave. So she's pretty cool. No, so that dragon pet, that is what they call cores in the game. They kind of replace what in other games would have as weapons, but you don't summon for them. They're farmable, and so they all have different effects. So that dragon, the dragon's effect is that when you use your first skill with a cooldown, it doesn't activate the cooldown. So you'll see this one on a lot of characters that have a very impactful, like skill 3, where it's like, you know, you can think of a million characters that have really impactful, whether it's big damage, incredible buffing, whatever it is. You'll see it so that they can use their skill 3 twice in a row. So that's what that dragon does. That dragon's going to be, you're going to see that dragon a lot. It also has some really good spots for its matrix, which is like your gear set system, because the gear sets combine both the shells and the gear. And you kind of need both to get the full sets. And the dragon can get 2 of the speed sets, so it allows you to make things as quick as possible. So yeah, how free to play is the game? I think the game is incredibly free to play, just through some of the systems that they're making, which you'll see in the dev live stream. We talk about it a lot more. Countdown started. All right, let's jump over. All right, it was the live stream. Sweet. And yeah, like I said, we'll jump into this. Actually, I'll just leave that in the background, because that's not quite as fun as what we were looking at. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Messiah's pretty cool. He's a pretty sick dude. Henrik, you'll see a fair bit of really good like damage / utility, stripping, blocking as well. Where else? Who else we got? Rahu is a dude you get for free. He's a defense scaler that really ramps up. He has procs, RNG, follow-up attacks, let's call them. Leanne, I have no idea if you're supposed to call this chick Leanne or Lion or what it's meant to be, but she's the one that we all get for free at the start. She's actually pretty decent. She steals Gauge with the big AoE, so you'll see her a lot early on. Hellkit, amazing. He's got this beefy shield that's based on attack, which gives, while the shield's active, it also provides immunity. So stripping his shield is going to be a huge thing. Kloss, let's go back. Kloss was like the first banner in the beta. She's just like an AoE debuffing machine. She has this unique debuff that can't be cleansed, which also does like extra speed decreases and stuff like that and death shreds. It's pretty solid. Zadia, dude, I got no idea how to say her name either, but dude, her plus Doki equals absolute mass destruction. Because she's got this passive where she gains extra stacks, and I think it increases her damage output or her attack. I can't remember which one. She's got an AoE defense shred, but the AoE defense shred, as she gets more stacks from receiving buffs, it reduces the cooldown of that ability. So she ends up having no cooldown on an AoE defense shred that ends up scaling massively. So she's pretty cool as well. It's a turn-based game. Yep. Lingalo, you get her from like the daily mission thingy. Like after 7 days, I think you get her. And then the next 7-day one is the Rahu over here. That's the way that's going to work out. That's pretty much everything that they have on this one. Yeah, it's very much E7 vibes. Who am I going to reroll for? At the moment, I want to get Lily or Doki plus Tiamat, but they may release some new characters here, and then things could change. Then things could definitely change. But yeah, once again, when the stream happens, I'm gonna sit here for a minute, see if they have like an extra trailer or something at the start. But once it goes to the bit of the live stream where I'm actually in it, I'm gonna hide my face and mute, and I'll sit and chat with you guys as well. And we'll do it as like a watch party, because the immersion is that I'm actually there and that's me streaming. I think that's what it's meant to be. Once again, massive shout out to Etheria Restart for sponsoring the stream as well, even though they knew I was going to play the game anyway. Really appreciate it. And we've got the command !Etheria in Twitch. And I forgot one thing, which I'm going to go ahead and do now, which was my pinned comment for Etheria Restart right here. Boom, 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 boom. I had to put a pinned comment on YouTube. Yes, I suck at this stuff, but hey, it is what it is. Let me go ahead and find what that is. I got to find my pinned comment. Give me one sec, guys. Pro streamer here. Watch out. Just watch out. All right. Let's go there. And then we go. Boom, 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 boom. All right, there it is. There it is. There it is. Say it. And then how do I pin it? Dude, I'm so bad at this. Pin message. There we go. Pinned message. If you want to pre-register, !Etheria for Twitch and on YouTube, the pinned comments there. Click the link. Do me a favor. Make it look like I'm converting really well for them, so that they continue to sponsor me for a game that I'm going to play anyway. So shout out to you guys. All right. Will there be 15%? And speed RNG. You mean the 15% chance to resist / apply regardless of accuracy resistance? I'm not too sure on the back end of that. That's something I can probably ask the team and probably get an answer for, which is definitely something I'll be researching anyway. But yeah, I'm not too sure. Like, I mean, I think there is something like that, but I can't confirm. Woody, I think you're completely wrong. I think he's the worst ever. All right, let's crank the volume. And I'll adjust the volume during the stream if we have to. We may as well max this out and find the right scene. I think that works, doesn't it? Or is this one a bit better? We'll kick it on this one, and then when I have to disappear, I do this and mute my mic, and then we just watch together, and I'll sit in chats with you guys. They'll say the official release date during this stream. At the moment, what does it say on the Apple Store? Is it the 5th of June? Something like that? The new playtest will get wiped. Yes, correct. Dude, what's the quality on this? There we go. I was wondering why it was a bit hazy. I don't have... Yeah, I was going to say, if this was a YouTube video, I'd have it on 2x speed. But anyway, let's see. Here it is. Please be a trailer first.
Hello, hyperlinkers. Welcome to the Etheria Final Test Direct. I'm your host, Mary.
Hi, everyone. I'm Michael.
Today, we're giving you the inside scoop on the upcoming official launch of Etheria. Michael and I will walk you through all the exciting features this version has to offer. Michael wants to give everyone a quick overview.
Does that sound better?
What Etheria is all about.
How's the volume?
Etheria is an urban supernatural strategy RPG with a turn-based combat system that really stands out. We've taken classic turn-based gameplay and mixed it with deep strategic elements.
Does it need to be louder, or are we good with that?
Creating something that feels fresh and exciting. The flexibility
needs to be louder.
in battles is incredible. You can create so many different team combinations.
I've got it maxed out.
Each animus's unique abilities. Also, you can control the action in real time, commanding the moves exactly when you want them. When you pull off those perfect skill synergies to defeat
my Chrome's maxed out, YouTube's maxed out, and OBS is maxed out.
Plus, it's fully cross-platform on PC, iOS, and Android, so you can play whenever and wherever you want. We've got a lot to cover today about what makes Etheria special, but first, let's check out the preview video.
Okay, here we go.
世界を滅ぼす最悪を避けるため、神はほぼすべての力を尽くし、自分の身を最悪から守る神の国を作った。
俺には力が必要だ。彼らは俺に力をくれる。それだけのことだ。
What's the game about? I'm not too sure on the story, but it's turn-based and it's really fun.
最高レベルの緊急遮断が発生してるなんて、まずいな。数が多すぎる。近づかないで。傑作の誕生を見届ける。またとない機会だ。お前、運がいいな。彼は少しずつ思い出している。お前らを粛清してやる。決められるからな。炎はすべての罪を燃やし尽くす。裁きを受けるがいい。私ならできるはず。さらにパーフェクトに。探す手間を省く。こいつはイカれてる。即戦即決だ。奴らの思い通りにはさせない。貴様らの時間をいただくとしようか。外からの支援を頼るな。私を楽しませなさい。お前たちには重要な役割を与えてやろう。どうして裏切った？
June 5th, there you go, confirmed.
And did you all catch it? The PV just released the official release date, June 5th.
That's right. Pre-registration for the official launch is now open on all major app stores.
Use my link in the description below.
You can also head to the Etheria website to pre-register for your preferred platform. The best part? Pre-register now and you'll get exclusive rewards.
For hyperlinkers in regions where this test isn't available yet, don't worry. We're working hard to bring the release to your areas too. Stay tuned for updates. To ensure everyone has the best experience at launch, we're running a paid test on May 8th. This test will include payment features with a special bonus. Any purchases made during the test will come with multiple rebates at the official launch. Check our social channels for all the rebate details.
Yeah, that's on Twitter.
Now that we've covered the test dates, let's look at what's coming up in today's Direct.
In the first part, Mary and I will introduce what Etheria is all about. We'll show you all the exciting content coming at launch. Plus, we'll reveal brand new gameplay features that haven't appeared in any previous tests.
After that, we have a special segment lined up for you. Our community manager, Chris, will host a hyperlink conference. He'll be joined by content creators and Etheria's game director to explore the game and share all
the game director is just a
in-game
great
events
bloke, I'm going to be
planned for
honest.
the official launch. All right, let's
He
dive
dealt
right
with
in.
me, like,
First up,
derailing
Michael,
things so much.
what's the main storyline and background of Etheria?
The story of Etheria is set in a future where humanity faces civilization collapse. To survive, people transfer their consciousness into a virtual world called Etheria, where they live alongside animals, beings who wield the power of anima. For a time, everyone coexisted peacefully, but then a disaster known as Genesis began to corrupt the animus. They turned violent, putting human lives at risk. To fight back, the Union was formed. As a hyperlinker, you'll enter Etheria to cleanse the Genesis and restore balance to this fractured world.
Wow, so Etheria's story takes place in a sci-fi post-apocalyptic setting. It's so unique and immersive.
Absolutely. Now, let's jump right into the game and check out the actual gameplay. When you start the game, the first thing you'll experience is the main character's home. The interface is designed to feel like a cozy living space, but outside you'll see a bleak, snowy landscape, reminding you that the real world is still trapped in the aftermath of the apocalypse.
It's funny, I didn't realize you could actually pan it in the room and there's different options
away
there.
From the freezing and desolate world, it creates such a comforting vibe.
Same here. The main character's home isn't just cozy, it's also functional. You can use the workbench to develop and upgrade your animus. Browse the archives with the Chaco Ring. Access other helpful features. The big TV in front of you lets you perform hyperlink summons to bring a new animus.
Bro, there was a new character there, but there's no way you're just showing the triple straight up.
Most importantly, as a hyperlink,
There's some
you use the
marketing.
hyperlink device at home to dive into and explore the world of Etheria.
Looks like the real excitement is just ahead. After all, the heart of the
But yeah, they already
adventure
revealed a new
happens in
character just there in the
virtual
summon
world of
screen.
Etheria.
That's right. In the main storyline, as a hyperlinker, you can explore sandbox-style levels in your virtual world. You'll team up with your partner Maggie and other animus to take on challenges together. We built Etheria using Unreal Engine, which let us create these gorgeous game environments and characters. The main story features high-quality cinematic scenes that really pull you into the world as you explore and uncover its secrets.
Those scenes are absolutely mind-blowing. I can't wait to see what kind of story will unfold.
For hyperlinkers who want to focus on efficiency, you can speed up the story by holding down the fast forward button or even skip scenes altogether. While exploring,
Skip button,
you can take
respect.
out weaker enemies with stealth attacks, but for the tough ones, you'll need to face them head on. Combat in Etheria uses a turn-based system where your animus's speed determines who acts first. Skills don't use up resources, but they do have cooldowns. When you're up against powerful enemies, you'll really need to think about your strategy.
Reborn got to launch
From what you're
100%.
saying, it sounds like combat in Etheria really makes you think strategically. So Michael, what's your advice for new players? How should they put together their team of animus?
It's honestly not as complicated as it sounds, and it's super fun. Let me break down how combat and team building work. Early in the story, you'll already have access to a strong team. During the prologue, Maggie introduces you to 4 powerful animuses from the Union, so you're set up for success right away. You'll meet Gray, who boosts critical damage, Chachi, who can stun enemies and help teammates, Dorothy, who keeps everyone healed up, and SSR Animus Leon, who deals massive
Leon.
damage. These 4 make an awesome, well-rounded team that can handle
I've been saying it
most
wrong.
early challenges. They're perfect for farming equipment dungeons and other early game content. Leon especially stands out with her incredible damage output. She'll carry you until you build more specialized teams.
And there's missions that
You'll
encourage you to
probably
build
see
her
her
anyway that you'll probably
dominating
do
PvP
anyway.
matches too. Players love her.
It's obvious each animus has their own role in battle. Winning comes down to finding the right combinations and strategies. Michael, can you tell us about some other animus units and what makes them cool?
For sure. Each animus in Etheria has been carefully designed, and when we launch on June 5th, you'll get to meet even more new characters. Let me give you a quick preview of the 5 new animus coming at launch on June 5th. Real Mocha, the Union sweetheart, a tiny sugar-loving girl who loves the spotlight. Rosa, who's ruthless and pretty intimidating. Tsukiyomi, the top student council president at 13th District High School. Born, one of Astral Union's 3
Jeez, too
CEOs
many new
who has a
characters.
sharp
Oh,
eye
dude,
for
what are the
initiative.
reroll priorities
And
going to be?
Who's super energetic and always looking on the bright side.
Sounds like each animus brings something totally unique to the table. As a player, you'll need to think about which ones to level up based on what challenges you're facing.
And that's not all. There are over 50 animus waiting for you in the game. Don't worry about running out of resources early on either. Through various game modes, you'll be able to earn plenty of summoning resources to build your dream team.
Oh, and speaking of the big TV we mentioned earlier, it's not just for show. You can use it to summon new animus.
Wait, they didn't show her earlier.
Is there more you can tell us?
Freya's
about how
another new
summoning
one.
Works, Michael?
Absolutely. We just introduced 5 new SSR animuses who will be joining the summon pool over time. But there's one more exciting addition, Freya, a brand new SSR who will debut as the first featured character when the game officially launches. Let's check out this short battle preview to see her in action.
Sick.
一緒に夢へ入りたいの？言っておくけど、夢の中って危険なのよ。会えて嬉しいわ。もう夢の中で。
Alright, they got her in speed and
かもしれ
accuracy.
ないけど。
Alright, here we go.
Skill 1. Freya deals 2 instances of damage to a single enemy. The first instance can apply 1 stack of Dreamlight to a random ally, while the second has a chance to apply Nightmare to the target.
Oh, Dreams and
for 1
Nightmares,
turn.
wicked.
Dreamlight allows teammates to consume 1 stack of Nightmare.
Oh,
and
jeez,
trigger
just
Purify
Doki style.
when a debuff is applied during their subsequent actions, lasting for 2 turns. When an enemy affected by Nightmare is attacked, Freya's ally will recover some of her health. Freya's exclusive passive: when an ally receives a buff, their action progress increases by a certain amount. When an enemy gets a debuff, their action progress decreases by a certain amount.
This is
Skill 2.
filthy.
Freya grants all allies defense up and 2 stacks of Dreamlight for 2 turns. Ultimate skill: Freya grants all allies attack up for 2 turns, attacks all enemies, and deals 4 instances of massive damage, each with a chance to apply Nightmare for 1
Dude,
turn.
that looks sick.
Freya possesses a variety of unique effects. Dreamlight provides allies with a continuous cleansing effect, while Nightmare causes allies to restore their HP when they attack enemies. Her exclusive passive allows allies to gain action progress when buffed, and reduces enemy
Must pull,
action
that's my
progress
reroll.
when debuffed.
Definitely
With the
reroll 'em.
ability to grant both attack up and defense up, she can simultaneously enhance her team's offensive and defensive capabilities. By weaving her distinct abilities, Freya provides exceptional team utility through support and action progress manipulation. While damaging enemies, she impedes their actions through debuffs and turn meter reduction. Her capacity to enhance attack and defense parameters makes her an incredibly versatile support animus, enabling her team to triumph
That's the
over even
reroll.
the most formidable adversaries with a strategic advantage.
So she's got attack buff, defense buff. She's got a form of healing
Wow,
application.
Freya looks
She's got
amazing.
gauge boosting,
As the
gauge
first
denying,
SSR
and
after
cleansing.
launch, she
That was my
definitely
TLDR.
has
I didn't get
style
to
and
jot it
power
down,
to
but
back
that's
it up.
nuts.
But honestly, my luck with these games hasn't been great lately. I'm worried I won't be able to pull her when the game goes live.
Don't worry about it, Mary. Freya will be available through a limited time featured summon, and this banner has a special feature everyone should know about. In this pool, your chances of getting Freya are significantly higher. Plus, you only need 100 crystals per pull, and there's no 50-50 chance involved. When you sub in your first SSR, it's guaranteed to be Freya.
Will all future limited time pools for new SSR animus work the same way?
Yes, we've designed it this way to make sure every player
No
can guarantee
50-50.
their favorite animus
Best.
by investing a specific amount of resources.
That's awesome. Besides the limited time summon for new characters, are there other types of summons in Etheria?
Definitely. To welcome new players to Etheria, we've prepared 1 beginner exclusive summons. Guarantees an SSR.
Oh, it's 40. I thought it was 30.
And during the official launch, we'll also have a raid up summon for the fan favorite SSR Animus Messiah. If you're a fan, don't miss your chance to add him to your team.
Now that we've covered
I'm
the
still going
new
for Doki or
animus,
Lily.
let's remember, their strength also depends on how you build and develop them. So let's check out Etheria's unique progression system and see how you can power up your team.
In the Animus development interface, you can use upgrade materials to boost your character's level and star rating. Here's the cool part. Every Animus, regardless of rarity, can be upgraded to a maximum of
This
6
upgrade
stars at level
system
50. You can
shits
also enhance the
on the
potential
farming
upgrade
food
skills
in
and
campaign
use duplicate
stages
shadow
that like
buttons to
Summoners War
quality
Epic
up.
7 and Raid Shadow
Beyond
Legends have.
leveling up your Animus,
It's way
Etheria
better.
also has a unique matrix system for equipment. By combining matrix points for modules and shells, you can activate powerful matrix effects once you meet certain conditions. These matrix effects can give your Animus huge stat boosts. For
Ooh, what she
example,
got?
if your main damage dealer relies on critical hits, you can
I couldn't
maximize
read it
their
in time.
potential by equipping 3 crit-related skills. just
Those
like in this
bracelets
demo.
look savage.
Right now, there are 21 different matrix effects in the game, offering boosts to stats like attack, defense, crit damage, healing, speed, and more.
June
On
5
top of
release
that,
date.
There are 6 specialized matrix effects that need specific
May 8
combinations
beta.
of modules and shells.
It's only 11-day
each
beta.
contributing 6 points to activate.
Wait, Michael, that's a lot to process. Let's break it down step by step. First, can you tell us more about these modules you mentioned?
Sure thing. The module system gives players tons of customization options. The 3 modules on the left have fixed primary attributes, while the 3 on
There's
the right
no
can be
speed
equipped
main
with
stat
any
either.
primary attribute, including those with specialized matrix
Only
effects we
substats.
just talked about. Plus, modules can be upgraded to randomly unblock additional secondary attributes.
And the
for
3
even
on
more
the
stat boosts.
Got it. So
The
module
right-hand
system
side of
offers
screen,
lots of flexibility for customizing
you can like
builds.
put
But where do
3
we
crit
actually
damage
get
if
these
you want.
modules?
You can earn modules by challenging 3 unique bosses in Threshold mode, each with 14 difficulty levels. Different bosses drop different modules, and the higher the difficulty, the better modules you get. That's great. And here's a cool feature. After beating a boss at a certain difficulty, you'll unlock continuous battles based on your star rating. During these battles, you can minimize the combat.
So if you get 1 star, you get 5 continuous battle. 2 star is 8, and 3 star is 10 off memory.
Being able to AFK farm is super convenient.
And you can AFK farm one thing and manually farm another one. And you can also close your phone and computer, and it still farms in the background.
What exactly are shells in Etheria?
Shells are basically companions or pets, and each one has unique skills. Some shells actively attack enemies, while others provide stat boosts to your animus. Different types of shells have different abilities, and they can be upgraded.
They've put in a lot of ways to try and combat speed teams. It's too much to go through right now.
Use material reconstruction to refine the passive effects for better results.
But speed's always going to be king.
You can get shells by taking on Grim Pursuit mode, where 10 unique bosses are waiting to be challenged.
So you can background farm modules and then farm shells manually if you want to.
Or the archive to see which shells or modules drop from each stage. That way, you can target exactly what you need. By the way,
that boss looks savage.
also has a super convenient loadout feature. You can save your favorite equipment setups in the development interface and load them.
And there's no cost to remove gears,
Plus,
so the loadouts are huge.
Everything with just 1 click. Super handy. All right, now that we've covered the basics of gameplay and character progression, I think you've got a good idea of what Etheria is all about. Let's take a short break.
Yes, and before we go, just a quick reminder, Etheria officially launches on June 5th, and pre-registration is now open on all major game stores. Head over to the official Etheria website.
Exclamation mark Etheria on Twitch and pinned comment on YouTube. Go click it.
When the game officially launches, you can use the redeem code on your screen to get Anima prototypes. So be sure to grab a screenshot. And don't forget, during the final test phase, you can also use redeem codes for even more Anima in the final test phase.
Bro, what happened?
Anima
Oh, dude, I thought we
stay
lost it.
tuned. Now sit back and enjoy this exciting teaser video. After this, we'll dive into more of Etheria's game.
My Australian internet's dying.
See you in a bit.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get a Freya. That's cool. I love anything with like summonables. That's wicked. Dude, the little Gatling machine's cool as too. Dude, good job on new characters.
To the Etheria official launch direct. Next up, we're diving into the game's rich and varied gameplay modes.
That's right. Etheria has even more exciting modes waiting for you. In the trial challenge, there are 4 unique challenge modes, each with its own gameplay style and special rewards. Then there's Animus Echoes, which features a variety of side stages centered around each animus you can recruit.
This is something you really want to push. Heaps of resources.
With tons of goodies.
Yep.
Summon vouchers, upgrade materials, and even avatars and other cosmetic items for your characters. Don't forget about Phantom Theater, a multiplayer challenge where 2 hyperlinkers team up with 3 squads to take down powerful bosses. The higher your battle,
this was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed this.
And they reset weekly, so there's always something to work toward.
Like I said, it's not just a PvP game. There is a ton of PvE.
Known as Ember. Hyperlinkers
it's like tower mode.
Explore this mysterious space in Ember Exploration mode. This mode features 42 sequential areas where you'll tackle exploration challenges and battle various bosses. In these areas, you'll encounter consciousness corridors that require sandbox-style exploration, mine rifts where you'll face specific animus teams, and memory abyss where you'll challenge fully powered bosses with enhanced skills. As you explore, you'll earn Laybot supply points to exchange for rewards at the supply hub. Finally, there's the challenging Ethernet Rally, where you'll build 3 animus teams starting from different locations. You'll tackle various stages to collect loot, upgrade its quality through nodes.
Yeah, this is why when I say like I'm excited about the PvP, the game has way more PvE than a lot of other games.
From Animus Echoes, where you can dive into characters' backstories, to the high difficulty challenges of Ember and Ethernet Rally. The gameplay is challenging but super rewarding.
To make sure Etheria offers plenty of depth, we've also added limited time event modes alongside the 4 fixed modes in Trial Challenge. These rotating events are fun, easy to jump into, and packed with great rewards. The Cubic game is a mode where you use magical cards on randomly generated numbered discs to adjust the difficulty, effects, and rewards of each stage. At Lily's Magic Divination Shop, you'll get cubic boards of varying difficulties and use random cards to enhance elements like bosses and rewards. Strategically place your cards to target the rewards you want and then take on the bosses to claim them. Then there's Champion's Call, a prediction event where teams from major Etheria factions compete in the arena. During the event, you'll predict which team will win the championship. Guess correctly and you'll earn even better rewards. These 2 limited time events will kick off with the official launch, and we'll keep adding more exciting ones in the future.
This all sounds amazing. After hearing about so many fun
still on
and
1080.
diverse gameplay features, I'm really looking forward to the official launch. So, Michael, for new players like me, what's the best way to quickly get the hang of the game and start enjoying everything it offers?
Just use my link in the description
Don't
below.
worry, Mary. We've definitely thought about new players. We know it can feel overwhelming with so much to do.
Yes,
So
PC
make
client,
sure
and I
there's
think
plenty of
Steam as well, but
guidance
I'm
to
not
help
sure.
everyone get started. In Etheria, we've prepared a series of hyperlink charters. By following the
I love
prompts
these
in
mission
charters,
things.
you'll gradually learn the ins and outs of the game while earning some awesome rewards along the way. Plus, the powerful starter Animus Leon can carry you all the way into the late game. The hyperlink charter includes exclusive quests for Leon, and completing them will get you tons of upgrade materials, including Leon's anima, which helps you power her up quickly. And that's not all. Outside of the game, we've teamed up with the famous strategy site Hell Hades to create a dedicated Etheria page. The folks at Hell Hades have even put together a short video for us. Let's take a look.
Hey guys, Hell Hades here. Today I'm going to be bringing you some awesome news. The team at hellhades.com, we're going to be collaborating with Etheria Restart, and we're going to be creating guides, we're going to be doing hero tutorials and more, all the things you'd expect from the HH Gaming team. The content's going to go live in April.
So we got Hell Hades Gaming and
Etheria Restart has got
Pride
tons
Win
of content
for
already,
databases.
both PvE and PvP, including live arena on launch. And when the Hell Hades team got to try the game, we knew we wanted to cover it. It's got so much packed into it. We know the community is going to love it. There's just so much depth, different builds, different characters, different formations to try. So we know you're going to need those walkthroughs from hellhades.com. So mark the date, 5th of June. That is when Ethereal Restart is going to go live. Let's hyperlink the world.
Welcome back to the Direct. Next up, we're diving into even more gameplay features. Michael, earlier you mentioned the Phantom Theater, a multiplayer mode where players team up to take on challenges. Are there any other multiplayer features in the game?
Absolutely. That brings us to the union system, which I'm excited to introduce.
That's guild system.
In Etheria, you can create your own union and invite friends to join. In your union, you'll earn daily rewards just for signing in. Work together on weekly tasks for extra resources and shop for upgrade materials in the union shop. Plus, with the Union Aid feature, you can request Animus prototype shards from your union members. Collect enough shards and you can upgrade your Animus's anima level.
And yeah, I will go ham on rerolls
Also
for this one.
contribute meme wishes to help out your fellow union member. In the Union's Anchor Recon Challenge, you'll team up with other members to take down 3 powerful bosses of varying difficulties. You'll need to organize a 5-player squad for these tough bosses, and you can even borrow support animals.
These are those
from other
boss
units.
battles that can take you like
Each
40
time you
minutes to
chip away at a
complete.
boss's health, you'll earn rewards based on the damage dealt. When you finally defeat the boss, you'll get a victory chest packed
But you can
with
just auto it.
items. If you want items from the Union shop,
Probably not
team
40,
up with
probably
your
like
union
15
and take on these
tops.
bosses together.
Bit
So
exaggerated.
far, Michael has introduced
I just
us to
remember
tons
going
of
through one and going,
PvE
wow, that took forever.
content. But I'm really curious, what kind of PvP experience does the game offer?
With such a strong foundation of single-player story, deep progression systems, and a wide variety of animus for PvE, we've also put a lot of effort into...
No, 40
creating
minutes. That was a massive exaggeration. It's just one of those bosses where it's like, I think it's got a turn limit as well. It's been a while since I played it.
Player versus player options. The Arena realm features 3 distinct arenas. First is the ranking arena, where you'll use arena tickets, which you get daily, to challenge
I mean, if you were
other players'
manually, maybe.
defensive teams. Winning matches earns you points, but you also need a solid defensive team. If it gets defeated, you'll lose points. Climb the ranks to reach the top mythic tier, and at the end of each season, you'll earn special rewards based on your rank. Reach mythic, and you'll even unlock a cool arena nameplate frame.
The first mode is all about challenging other players' defensive teams. So, does the second PvP mode involve real-time battles against other players?
You got it. The Summit Arena is a real-time RTA PvP mode.
Dude, the amount of times I spent sitting, like walking on the treadmill at gym, looking at that screen, waiting for a match in beta because it wasn't like a fully filled game. I saw that screen so much.
Take turns selecting Animus for your team. During this phase, neither side can pick the same character. After both sides have chosen 5 Animus, you'll get to ban one of your opponent's picks. The strategic battle begins right from the selection phase. You'll need to outthink your opponent to secure victory. Summit Arena also offers rank-up rewards, including unique avatar frames for reaching certain tiers. At the end of the season, you'll earn special rewards based on your final ranking.
Summit Arena really takes Etheria's PvP intensity to the next level. But you mentioned there are 3 different arenas. I can't even imagine what other PvP modes the dev team has in store.
The third arena is called the Fearless Arena, which features an official light esports mode. Here you can quickly match with 8 hyperlinkers to compete in a Fearless Cup event. The event runs every Saturday and Sunday, and you can participate as many times as you want during that period. 8 players compete, advancing round by round until a champion emerges. The prize, decisive star emblems, can be exchanged for rewards in the arena shop, including exclusive hyperlinker outfits and Chaku skin.
It's amazing.
That's pretty cool.
Right,
that's pretty. I didn't know about that. That is pretty cool.
Start battling other players online.
And that's not all.
So like 8v8 draft tournaments. That is cool.
Mode called United Front. This mode will launch after the official release on June 5th.
Wait, what did he say?
So stay tuned to all our social
Was that the Guild PvP United Front? Is that what he said?
Test, top players from around the world competed in the FCI Fusion Cup Invitational. After some intense battles, a champion was crowned, and players saw the incredible variety of team compositions and strategies that RTA gameplay offers.
For this one, I think the guy who won spent like 3 days farming gear, and so he's like out-geared everyone. Oh no,
Player feedback and the demand for competitive play have always been a major focus for us. In the future, Etheria will provide a global stage.
GBG United Front, sick.
I'm thrilled to announce the Etheria World Summit, the ultimate global tournament for Etheria fans. Let's check out this short trailer.
Sick. There better be some Australia in there. Come on, team. Shout out to my man Tomias in that one. He actually did really well. Got into the top cut, I think.
Hi, Hyperlinkers. I'm the tournament manager of Etheria, the Etheria World Summit.
Dude, this reminds me of Zoids, the drop thing that comes in Zoids.
Global launch. It's a worldwide tournament open to all, where victory is the only rule, and epic rewards await those who rise to the top. Our first global invitation is about to kick off during the upcoming final test in May. All players will be eligible to register. After the official launch in June, the top 128 players will receive the official invitations to compete in the Global Invitational. Selection will be based on in-game Summit Arena rankings across both the final test and the post-launch period. All participants will receive rewards, with the top 3 earning cash prizes. The best player will get the chance to face a legendary player in a real-time 1v1 duel and earn a direct ticket to the EWS Grand Finals. This debut year marks the beginning of EWS Global Tiered Tournament.
Bro, they're going hard on this. I love it.
Regional Finals, and ultimately the EWS Grand Finals. To deliver the most compelling competition, players will be selected based on both performance and potential. For detailed rules and upcoming schedule updates, please stay tuned to our official announcements.
That's cool.
Wow, how did Chaku suddenly turn into such a cool robot? I didn't expect to see one here.
I will be waiting for your challenge at the EWS.
We're gearing up to launch our first official tournament right after the game's release. Players who compete in Summit Arena during the final test and after the launch will have a chance to qualify. Make sure to follow Etheria's official community for updates, and let's see who emerges as the strongest player.
That wraps up the first part of our Etheria Direct. A huge thanks to Michael for walking us through so much of the game's content.
And thank you all for tuning in. We can't wait to welcome you to the official launch of Etheria.
Yes, Etheria officially launches on June 5th, and pre-registration is now open on all major game stores. Head over to the official Etheria
Use links in the
website,
description.
pick your platform, and pre-register to claim some exclusive rewards. When the game goes live, you can use the redeem code on the screen to obtain Anima Prototype, so be sure to take a screenshot and save it. Additionally, during the final test phase, players can also use the redeem code to receive Anima Prototype, so don't miss out. And stick around. Up next is the second part of our previous stream, the Super Link
The second
Conference,
part, I'm going to
hosted
mute
by
myself
our
and hide
community
because you
manager,
guys are going to have the immersion of like I am
several
actually
content
there.
creators and the Etheria director for an in-depth discussion about the game.
Now, let's hand things over to Chris, Etheria's community manager.
Peace. I'll be in chat. I'll be in chat.
Goodbye.
It's fully immersive. I'm actually there. I gotta go there right now. I'm just getting changed. I'll see you guys after this portion of it is the plan. But yeah, once this portion finishes, I'll come back and we'll have a debrief chat. But yeah, I guess I'll wait till it starts and then I'll disappear. Otherwise, we're all just looking at this screen. Oh wait, no, I've got to go get ready. Bye.
Hello, Hyperlinkers. I'm Chris, the community manager for Etheria. I want to give a big thanks to Mary and Michael for giving us such a detailed introduction to Etheria for our viewers. I'm here with the game director and 3 amazing content creators, Zoxus, Sean B, and Vulcan, to discuss some big topics you guys are most excited about. Before we start, let's get some introductions, starting with Jack.
Hello, Hyperlinkers. This is Jack, the game director of Etheria. The whole team have been working on this project for more than 3 years, and we are so excited we are about to launch. So hope you enjoy tonight's show.
What's up, everyone? I'm Zox. I've been basically, covering every single beta that this game has had, bringing you guys tier lists, not only from global, but also from the CN side. So yeah, I'm just really hyped to see all the things that you guys are going to be able to experience.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean B. I've been making content for turn-based RPG for many years now, and I came across Etheria recently, and I am blown away by how good the game looks, and I'm so excited to try the game out in the official launch later this year.
Hey guys, I'm Vulcan. I've been creating content for 5 to 7 years now. I really love turn-based games. It's a genre I've been really fond of, especially the ones where you got some competitiveness in it. In the last beta for Etheria, I managed to finish rank 1 in Arena, so it's safe to say I tried pretty hard in that beta, and I've been hanging out for the release since then, so definitely looking forward to the release of the game.
Welcome, everybody. First, I want to hear your thoughts. So after watching this new live stream, what stood out to you guys the most, and what are you most curious about? With Jack here, I feel like it's the perfect chance to ask.
Well, thanks, Chris. I guess I'll go first. So I've been basically, like I mentioned before, covering Etheria since the very beginning. Basically looking for new character reveals, making videos on anything, basically a new unit, and anything that basically is fresh coming into the game. With that being said, I'm actually really curious. Since it's been about 2 months since the beta, and really honestly since we had the test, we've seen a bunch of brand new characters come in that beta. How did the Etheria dev team manage to design and build so many new heroes in such a short time? Could you share a bit of your character design philosophy?
Yeah, sure. Of course, first, thanks, Dux, for supporting Etheria for the long time. And we are a big fan of your channel, and you make really great content. And back to your question. So because we are a strategy turn-based RPG, so the character is really a fundamental pillar of our game. Our first goal is to create as much as characters with diverse and identity. So we put a lot of resource and in this aspect. So we created more than 3 pipelines for this character design. So from the creative design and the concept design, 3D modeling, and rigging, animation of all this stuff. So there are multiple pipelines running. So actually, when you see this new character release, actually there are already several characters already start in working in process. So that's why we can manage to release so many characters, and in the future we will release more characters that will bring new experience to the game.
Well, thanks, Jack. Vulcan, do you have any questions on this topic?
Hey, Jack, first of all, thanks for having us on. I really do appreciate you getting us involved. I've loved the little chat we had beforehand, getting to know you. I'm really excited about what you can bring to this game and to the players as well. Now, obviously, I played pretty hard through the last beta, thoroughly enjoyed myself, and there was already a lot of content in the game from that point there, but you do have a bunch of other content still to come as well that you've released. What's the plan on rolling out all the extra content? Is it all going to be there at launch? Is going to drip feed in so people aren't overwhelmed? Like, what's the general idea of releasing content and the philosophy around that?
Okay. First, thanks for joining us today, Vulcan. And it's quite impressive you make in the last beta. So it's quite impressive. And back to your question. So actually, we are not blindly to add more features, add more systems that to bring to our game, because that will make players just busier and busier. But because we are a strategy turn-based game, so create more diverse of the builds and the strategy and the different game experience is our goal. So you can see from our game, we divide our system into 3 parts. You have daily challenges that you can grant your resource to upgrade your heroes, like the modules and shells. And we have the trial challenges that you can have the more difficulty challenge to test if you have a good enough build and that. And there are the third part is events. Events, when we add more new events, it's just to create new experience and with different experience and different gameplay. So this is the basic 3 parts. Of course, we also have 2 parts is the union, right? The union is the social part, and you can play with other players. And the last part, of course, it's one of the most interesting part of the Etheria is the PvP part. We have its arena, we have RTA, and you already see in this live stream we introduce another new mode. It's a light tournament. So we just also want players to not only enjoy PvE content but also PvP content. So these are the basic framework, and I think it's almost the complete framework of our design. So in the future, we just based on this framework, we will introduce more how to say the event systems and the new challenges. So that's being said, so we are ready. So the game framework is ready. So that's why we're about to launch the game. So I hope everybody is excited and looking forward to it. Thanks.
Yeah, super exciting. Awesome.
Wow, there are like so many things that he mentioned there, especially the PvP part where I'm like super excited about, because I know we're all here for that competitiveness in this game, right? But then I also noticed that beside the RTA part, there's also this thing called the Fearless Arena. Like, what is that? Like, how's that different from the RTA that we have in the game?
Yeah, I think we already teased a little bit in the introduction. So, usually a game in this market or in this genre, we have the traditional arena. That means it's you fight with other players' build, and we get RTA, right? You have real-time arena, and you match with another player. And usually this kind of games also runs a tournament like we did before. We have already held several tournaments, even in the beta test. But the thing is, a tournament is very exciting. I think, Zox and Sean, you had a very interesting match, right? So in the last tournament. But it's always limited. So last time we only invited 16 players, but it's fun, and we want to bring this exciting esport experience to wider audience, so the players, more players can join and experience that. So that's why these ideas coming out. That's why we put this Fearless Arena. Actually, it's a light tournament and in-game. It's an in-game tournament you can play in the weekends. So, and there we will match 8 players, and it's a tournament. And after 3 or 5 matches, there's the champion. So we hope it's a brand new experience. I never had see this kind of system in this era. So we hope it will bring a brand new experience to our players.
Yeah, I think that one's going to be a big hit with this game, and I'm super excited to see it in motion. So thank you, Jack, for the additional insight. Transitioning into the topic of balance, strategy, mechanics, it's clear that we put a ton of effort into both PvE and PvP. Since you 3 guests here are super experienced with turn-based RPG genre, are there any concerns you have about Etheria or anything you're particularly curious about? You can ask Jack right now, right here.
Yeah, so for me, I'm probably going to talk for a little bit on this one because this is something that I'm really passionate about. And I think with Etheria, between the module and shell system, it's got something very unique that we haven't really seen before in these types of games, where there's 2 big things. First of all, a shell for me, when I jumped into the game, is sort of replaced what you look at in some other games as the weapon, which I always hate summoning weapons on a banner. There is nothing worse than that for me. Whereas in this game, the shells, which once again, they're actually really cool, like pet type things, but they fill that role of a weapon from other games. They're farmable, so you can go ahead and farm them. And then you have a module system where both your quote unquote gear and your shells have different sets that they can get, and then reaching so many of these sets give you set bonuses, which is a really cool way to integrate getting different set effects, where normally in a game it's just like have 2 of these pieces, have 4 of these pieces, whatever it is. So I thought that's really interesting, the module system with the shells combined with more customization than I've ever seen before, with you've got 3 slots of your modules that can all have the same stats. So you can have like 3 crit damage pieces if you want. You can have 3 HP pieces if you want to go super tanky. There is no speed main stat on them. There's a lot of things where the game has done a bit more customization than what I'm used to seeing. And I just want to hear from you, like why you went with that path and what was the philosophy behind it.
Yeah, that's really a good question. I think also this design, this gear system, and we call it matrix system, because with the matrix you put shell and the module together to get these matrix points to have a fully built, of course, with your animals, your character. So I think this whole system is one of our most satisfied design in our game, because before this setting, this design, we have 3 or 4 other solutions or approach, but we still think it's not there. And of course, we can reference other games. There are a lot of games on the market which can just take one we think are good, okay enough, and we just take it and do a little bit adjustment. But during the very early stage, we just think it's not right. It's just too similar with others, and there's no fresh experience. And we also found the builds is quite limited. You go after you play a while, it's a kind of it's preset. You can only follow this kind of ways. So we think about how could we improve this thing, because back to our goal. Our goal is to want to create a diverse and so rich combinations or builds of this strategy. The player, even the play style of the players, they can choose their own way. So when we come up with this solution, when we introduce this matrix with shells and the modules, I think we find this solution. You can say if in the end game we have more than 50 animals, we have more than 20 types of modules, and we have more than 20 I would say shells. With this combination, of course you may think a little bit complicated for beginners, but when we design a game, we will design for the end game, and we will introduce these systems one by one, step by step to the players, and they will get familiar with it and learn it, and with a learning curve. And in the end, we hope in the end, everybody get familiar with this, and they can have more choice and more diverse of the builds, then make the game really fun, not only in PvE, but also in PvP, especially also in the real-time arena, so RTA, and then we can have really interesting matches. So that's our goal.
Yeah, I honestly, I have something that I want to actually piggyback off of, because we are obviously talking about like relics and cores, and I think that kind of like leads into like the idea that this is a really deep progression system. And I guess that kind of was like one of the things I was wondering was, you know, how exactly were you guys going to approach basically trying to maintain, you know, basically the balance between character variety and the strategic diversity in combat? Because I think one of the things with a lot of PvP games is that, especially when you, I guess, have both PvP and PvE, but seeming that we're kind of leaning more towards the PvP side, like that's something that you really want to always kind of like try to maintain, like player interest, but also like what matters to that specific type of game mode. And I guess kind of a double like or stack question there. How do you also plan to add future characters? Like, is it going to be according to that character that's currently destroying meta right now, or is it be just something just completely fresh that creates its own meta? And I think the last part I want to add to that also is how often can players actually expect to see characters added as well?
Okay. Yeah, it's a really challenging question, and it's a challenging task for us, because balancing is crucial in this kind of game. If you lose balancing, and then you lose, how to say, the diverse of the builds, and then the player will have the similar play style. They will find the jack of all trades heroes, or they will find the best team set, and then they will break down all these systems. Or if you see in the arena everybody selects the same hero, it will be super boring, right? So that's there are two goals. So when we design a new character, we just want to have, for each character we want to have its own place. So its place means some character may be more suitable for PvE content, or even specific bosses, like it's single target, some is more stronger in AoE like that. But the thing is, we have more than 50, even in the future we have nearly 100 characters. We hope each character has its own position. That's important. It cannot be replaced by another one, and then it has its own position, then it's useful in this whole system. But the thing is, we also have to, when we want to make sure it's balanced in PvE, that's easy because we have all these systems, and PvE, it's this status and all this difficulty is set. It's not always changing. So we can use our tools to test all these characters, if it's OP, or if it's how to say, if it's too strong, too OP in multiple systems, it's easy to handle. But when we're back to PvP, it's a little bit challenging, because when we go to, we just mentioned before, we have so many different kind of builds and possibilities. So that's why we need some tools. We had an AI-driven testing tool, and when we design a new character, we will put in these tools, and then they will automatically run thousands of games with millions, maybe millions of combinations, and fight each other, and then they will summarize some reports, and our balancing designer will check this report regularly and see if the new character is OP or not. And then, of course, we will also, based on our own experience, all these designers, they have to play themselves, and we internally actually we play all the days, and to not only trust only the data, but also the feelings when you play, and play with each other and play with the PvE content. So we in summarize, we just want to put so many energy on that. We just make sure it's really balanced, and of course we hope to back to our goal. We want to keep these builds and the gameplay. It's really diverse and with more strategy thinking and possibilities. Yeah. Hope I answered your question. Yeah.
I'm very glad to hear that there are tools behind the scene to allow the dev to play the game, to test with so many combinations to keep the character balanced. But with that amount of game content, and also in the future we're releasing so many new characters all the time, how do you make sure that all these characters will stay relevant throughout the time? Because in game like this, we know that newer characters get stronger and stronger and stronger while old characters stay irrelevant. So is there a plan for balance patches or just adjustment to the character to allow them to stay relevant in the future?
Yeah. I think what you mentioned, it's the general market is doing, right? So we see a lot of games when they release a new character, it's the must-have, and you have to, because it's always in the feature banner. So it's business. We understand, but we think a little bit different, because in our system we are not only PvE game. We have PvP. If we do this way, it's really hard. It's really huge pressure for the players. They have to purchase, they have to chase the new characters every single time. I think even we are players, we play other games, it's a huge pressure for us. So we think it's what is better with is we create a cycle. It's a cycle means it's a counter cycle with different builds. So it can't say, oh, this build it's the best and you must have. You can choose your own play style. Like we said, if you want to play really tanky, you don't need to chase the speed, right? You don't have to the first speed, and even there's a first high speed hero, you don't have that because your playstyle is tanky. You just need more HP and even like that. And another thing is we want not only these SSR or feature banner heroes is the most powerful. You can say from the last betas, a lot of SRs, even in these tournaments, a lot of SRs are very useful, I would say, with some characters, of course. When they create a build, even some SRs are the key roles for this build. So in this way, we want to get less pressures for players. They are easy to create a build they want, and they can even beat most of the PvE content, and then even in the RTA and other arena, they can also play with other players, because the counter is not simple, stronger the best. No, it's a counter circle. So we have different builds that counter each other. So I think that's our design philosophy, and so no worry about the how to say, the unbalance of the new heroes. But of course, bring new heroes is always our goal. As I said, we want just the new hero or new characters. It's just new experience or new builds. It's not that stronger. It's new. It's different. So I think that's our way.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the big things with this game that I think will be a key strong point here is the idea of the cycle that you talked about. You know, with every animus having like a different position in the meta, I feel like we're gonna see like an always evolving meta where people are like practicing different strategies, and you know, we'll find out that, oh, one little strategy works on this character super great, and then it shifts everything, and then a new character comes out, and then things start to shift again. I think there's just a lot of variability here with the matrix system that you talked about, and having a cycling meta like that is what's going to make this game great.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways,
that's our goal.
So playing off of that, let's address the question that many players are most concerned about. All of you guys have played many gacha games, so what frustrates you the most?
I'll kick it off. So with this one, and I'm going to reference the knowledge I have from the beta, because it really frustrates me when we have the 50-50 system in summoning. I mentioned earlier, I hate weapon banners. They're not in the game. Fantastic. Let's go farm that stuff. That is perfect for me. But with the 50-50, I noticed that when we have, I thought it was a very interesting system. When we have the rate up banners, at least in the last beta, I can't remember the exact numbers, but we had the new character, they get their rate up banner. Now, you don't have a soft pity, and it's a higher pity, and I believe it was around 100. But if you get a, what do we want to call it, 5-star SSR, I can't remember the actual terminology, I apologize. But if you get the high rarity character, there's no 50-50. You get that character that is on the banner, that is it. Whether you beat the pity or not, so you can do a 10 pull, you get lucky, you know you're getting that character. I think that is a fantastic system. And I absolutely love that because that covers one of the big pain points for a lot of people. At least if you're planning out, you know, okay, this is exactly how much I will need and it's reasonable. And if I get lucky, I will get it beforehand. But the other thing that we had was even the rate up banner characters in the beta were in the standard banner, which the standard banner has a lower pity. It has the soft pity, but obviously you don't get to choose who you're going for. So that's the trade-off there. The one question that I had from that beta, because, you know, sometimes the beta, you're only getting the one character, so it's not a new release, is when a new character releases, how long before they go into the standard banner, not just their rate up banner?
Okay, so because we are still a gacha game, gacha is one of the also interesting and exciting part for this kind of, because you always got how to say, there's exciting and there's hoping really want the characters you really want. So we are players. When we do this, we are not just as developers, because when you are developers, just think of business, the KPIs. You know, oh, we have to do this, we have to do that. But most of our developers, they are also a huge fan of this genre of turn-based games and gacha games and JRPG, of this kind of stuff. So when we design this crucial part, because it's talk about monetization, right? We are a business company. We have to make sure this game can run continuously, and we can then the revenue we generate can support our future development. But again, back to our player experience, we are also frustrated. We still frustrated when we pull in some other games when you get this 50-50. So like you said, so that's why at first we just decide to totally remove that. But when you get the feature banner, you will guarantee it's the characters in the banner. There was no 50-50. And back to your question, if there's a new character introduced, and from the very beginning, when we launched this new feature banner, the feature character already in the standard banner. So there you don't have to wait, and you don't have to, how to say, worry about when this feature banner is gone. You cannot get this character anymore. You will need to wait 6 months or 3 months like that. No, this won't happen in Etheria. So at the very beginning, you can pull up these characters, and it's in standard banner, including light and dark characters. You know how this rare, including. So I think when we play this genre, you know how rare that, and so it's a big decision. We put these characters in this standard banner.
Yeah,
love it.
That's huge. Like, that's insane.
And I think I also noticed that when I was playing the beta, I think the cost of summon, I felt it was a bit lower than usual. Is that a thing in this game?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention that. So back to these things. So what we think, another thing is, it's just about 50-50. It's just the, how to say, to what you say. It's a setting. It's a design. But actually, the thing is behind that is it's how you're pricing your game. So we generally think it's just in this market, it's just too expensive. As a player, as ourselves, when we play this game, it's too expensive. You have 50-50, then you have this duplicate system, right? You need to pull 5 or 6 times to get a full character. So this you can see in Ethereal, we don't change this, but later one it's separate. No, it's not separate. It's behind this. It's just we think it's just too expensive. So we did several things to reduce the cost of the players to make this game play affordable. So one thing you see is we remove the 50-50 system. Another thing is we put this high rarity, even the featured characters into this standard banner. We let these free-to-play players can easily get them by lucky or by hard working to collect more these free resources. And another thing is we reduce the price. So I think it's a standard price is 160 gems or crystals or any other in other games, but we reduced it to 100. That's already a huge discount. So in one pool, you only need 100 crystals in our game. And another thing is, we had a lot of systems also give quite a lot of free pools, free, we call it animals prototypes and crystals. So the thing is, we just want to be more free-to-play friendly. We hope a lot of players, if you love our game, you can support us, of course, then we can create more content for you. But we also, in general, there are the free-to-play players are even larger audience base. So we know that, and so we want everybody to enjoy our game. So we want these players to have a better experience. So we made these several changes. So that's what we think about this gacha in general, or the price, even the price in general.
And if I can, I just wanted to zoom in on one thing there, which was the light and dark units are also in this. Like, so you have a rate up banner for normal elements and then light dark. I'm just going to refer to them as light dark for this. And then you also have a standard banner for the normal elements and then light dark as well. But you can still get those light dark units from the standard element standard banner, which I couldn't believe it when I got my Lily in the beta from that banner, because that is like, that's a massive thing. Like, you don't see that with light dark units typically in these style of games. And on top of that, like, the fact for those playing at home, like, this is gonna be my strategy as I'm known as the free-to-play sweat lord. When you're getting into the game, and I love that every character goes straight into the standard banner, and so if you're starting even a bit later, but even at launch, you've got those cheaper summons on the standard banner with a lower pity and a soft pity, which makes it a lot easier to get more high rarity characters. So you can put your emphasis there to build out your roster and then start targeting new characters as they come out. And you can do that because of the system of everyone going straight in. Even if you start a bit later, you still have that option to get a really good roster of characters from just using that standard banner. So I think the playoff between the standard and the rate up is a really, really strong thing, even for the longevity of new players coming in.
And think about the thing is very the dupe system, right? Duplicates. So in Etheria, you only need one, and 5 is different. You need 5, it's 5 times more expensive, right? So when you get 1, you get unlock the full mechanics. You only need the in-game free upgrade resource to upgrade the skills, and but the mechanics of the skills, it's already there. You only get 1, it's enough. I think that's also a big decision, but we hope it will create a better experience for players in general.
Yeah, definitely. I think that is a pain point for a lot of players in gacha games, especially recently, where it's like, oh, if you want to, like, this, you can get this character, but if you want to play them the way they were intended to be played, you need to actually get 3 copies of them and their weapon, and it's just not feasible. When I looked at the duping system on my first stream when I played Etheria, I was like, no way, these are just very simple stat increases. So there is a benefit to it, but it's not like a benefit that changes the gameplay that you're going to experience with that character, which is a really big thing. And I'm sorry, but I'm just on a rant here, so I'm going to keep going. The other thing that you mentioned was one of the biggest things is the no more leveling up fodder characters to feed to increase your star rankings of your characters. Like, that is a big thing, because often in these style of games, half the time you spend is just repeating campaign stages just to level up that fodder, which, you know, has its purpose, but it's a bit tedious and it's not as exciting. Whereas in Etheria, all those materials to keep upgrading your characters are given through events, in-game systems, the quote-unquote tower mode, all that sort of stuff. That's where you can get all those things, and it came at a pretty decent rate. You can also somewhat farm them in the experience stage if you want to as well, and then use them to fuse up as well. So there is that option if you're really desperate to get a few up. But in general, the income felt pretty good of them, and it just means that when you're actually spending your stamina in-game, it's always going to be something exciting. Either you're going for modules or you're going for shells. And for me, when I play these style of gacha games, that's almost as fun as summoning a character, is seeing if I got that, you know, that god tier piece of gear with the 4 optimal substats, you know, and stuff like that. So I think it just makes the general daily gameplay a lot more exciting, because that leveling up in the campaign stages is now sort of removed from the game.
Yeah. This I want to add 2 more sentences, because I think this is the duplicate system, and for this, how to say, you don't have to have this feed other characters to other characters. This kind of setting is actually from the community, because they talk about and give us feedback times to times. Oh, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do this, because a lot of people are talking about this. We think we really take it serious, and it's really the painful experience when they play other games. So as a game release in 2025, so I think the thing is we want to create just a better experience. So we hear from the community and we make these 2 changes. And we think it's, even for ourselves, it's much easier, because we also play that it's really a long time just how to say, leveling up these other characters. It's not fun. It's just not fun, right? So we hope to take this chance to thank the whole community, the players who support us for the long time, and we hope in the future when we release, you support us and give us feedbacks. We have our community manager here, and in our community you can also give all these feedbacks, and we will listen to you and take your suggestions seriously, and we hope to improve the game together.
Yeah, I think a lot of this stuff just makes this a great experience for new players. Like, as we talked about, like when you're introducing a game to your friends that you're already like a year or 2 deep in, and like you're like, oh, they don't have all the characters, they can't do anything. I just think it's going to be a great opportunity to build a long-lasting like core community, both of free players and paid players. And you know, for competitiveness and all these tournaments coming up, I think that's going to be the key highlight here. And just having a core community that we can build and grow like that is going to be huge for this game, and I'm super excited. Cool. Well, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate your time. There's been so many great questions going on, and thank you, Jack, for being so transparent about everything. We're all super excited. So just letting you all know, Etheria will launch officially on June 5th. Make sure to pre-register for the official launch, and that'll be live across all major game stores. You can access the official Etheria website to pre-register on whatever platform you prefer, and you'll have access to some unique rewards and some codes on top of that when you register. So there's a lot waiting for you guys. Just make sure you stay tuned to the website and our social media pages. So goodbye, everyone. Thank you so much for your time. It was really fun talking with you guys.
See you in Etheria. See you.
Muted. Yeah, sorry. I just had to go get changed quickly after that. Just to get comfy, cozy, you know. What do we think? What did we think? Dude, like I said, the thing that got me there when we were doing it was that Jack, like when he was talking about like pricings and stuff, like about like, you know, how when you make dupes necessary, it's like you're just packing that into pricing along with, you know, having the 50-50. That's just increasing the pricing of your characters. And I thought it was really cool that he actually went into like all like the psychology, like he didn't go deep, but he sort of like let us know, like, yes, we acknowledge that there are the psychological tricks that you do in these games to, you know, make money, because at the end of the day, it's a business. And he actually went through like what their thought process was on trying to make it a bit more friendly for players to get stuff. So that was one of those things that I really enjoyed, especially when we were going through it at the time. But yeah, was there anything you guys had that you wanted to highlight in there, or any questions you had? Any other stuff? Any skins? Yes. Yes, there were skins. Yes, there was. Yep. I can't remember how many. I never looked too closely at skins, but yes, I'm pretty sure there was like a red Tiamat that I remember seeing. Have they ever mentioned if they are willing to nerf units that are too powerful? I don't think they had it in there, so I'm not gonna say anything, but I do think that they will be open to it. That's just a guess on my part, but yes, I think they will, but I can't confirm it until we hear it from them specifically. For story content, is there going to be certain teams? I don't think you have to use specific teams for story content. I can't remember. You do get like assist units, but I can't remember. Live PvP right away or delayed. I think they said the live PvP was going to be straight away. The tournament mode, I can't remember what they said at the start there, because I hadn't even heard about the tournament there until then anyway. I mean, if you're... Yeah, Mike, honestly, I don't know what you... It's like, I'm struggling to read your sentence there, and I don't know quite what you're saying, man. They balance units numerous times, yes, but that's pre-release. I think the question was, will they balance post-release, is the question. You wish dupes didn't give stats. I mean, they have to have an incentive somewhere. I believe in the beta, the dupe stats didn't count in real-time arena. I'm not too sure if they'll do that at launch, but if they do, that'd be really cool. Are you going to need stamina for story? I can't remember, but if you do, it's not much. Like, the story is like a very small portion of your actual gameplay grind. Like, the story, it'll take a fair bit on day one, but then you start needing to reach level caps to do it, and then it just unlocks like a little bit of story, and then you go back into the general grind. Release date is June 5. Yes, he's saying 100 gems is relative to... Yes, 100%, where he says that and he compares the 160 standard. I think what he meant there, and don't quote me on this because I can't speak for him, but it's like they looked at like sort of industry standards and looked to it, and then they tried to scale off of that to be more fair, if that makes sense. So I think that was they were looking at. From my experience in the beta, there is a lot more free currency that you get in these games compared to like Hoyo games. But we'll have to wait and see in the next beta. The next beta, I'll actually, as I get free stuff, I will map it out and work out the currency, the actual income and stuff like that, and nut that out. But it definitely felt like there was more. And the good thing about this game was, like, when it gave you beta rewards, it all came in the mail. So there was no inflation of rewards in game. The inflation they gave you in beta so that you could test stuff was all sent to the mail. So I'm going to map that all out, and we'll see how much like free to play income you get in summons and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's going to be a lot better than like a Hoyo model style thing. Do you think we can summon Doki Doki together with Tiamat? Yeah, well, you can get the LD units on standard pool, so you'll be able to reroll for an LD unit. It'll be harder, but you can do it. Who are you going for on reroll? Dude, I think we got to go for the new banner chick. I've forgotten her name, but that is just too stacked. What do you got? You got cleansing, you got gauge boosting, gauge reduction, you got attack buff, you've got defense buff, you've got a form of healing as well, they said in there. Freya, that's it. Yeah, I think Freya's going to be big, but Tiamat, I like Lily, I like Doki Doki. I'm just going to play with a mixture of those ones. Quest login or not need? Oh, guest login. Wait, if you mean guest login, I'm not too sure if they'll have it. Did they keep the directive summon? Do you mean the 40 beginner summon? I think so. It's meant to be guest, yeah. Where do you think they're going to make their money? On the light dark rate up? Yeah, I think it'll be just on the rate ups along the way. It's just going to be that they'll make it's going to be cheaper for people to buy the rate up character, you know what I mean? Or more people just get it as opposed to losing 50-50s. How's the reroll? I'm going to wait for next beta to go in deep on the reroll. Stamina gated is so old school. How do you... I mean, I feel like stamina gating is kind of like doesn't every gacha game have stamina? I don't know how. I haven't seen a good implementation of a non-stamina gacha system. I mean, Tribe 9 tried it. I don't think it was the greatest, but they need to fix the PvP before I try it. What do you mean they need to fix the PvP? Don't get it. Can you provide that? Yeah. I'll definitely, and there'll be other people in the community that'll probably be keeping track of it as well. So we'll get some data. How the reroll will be done? I mean, you just go until you get the pre-reg stuff and summon, and away you go. Freya's going to be an everything unit. I think she's going to be an amazing PvE unit. Like, turn gauge is good everywhere. And attack buff and defense buff. Defense buff, really good PvE. So how does the Dark Light work in Etheria? You have 4 banners. Let's just call it, you have 4 banners in general. You've got the rate up character for normal element. You got the rate up character for light dark. Those are the 100% chance to get them. I believe it's 100 pity. That's what it was in beta. And then you have the standard banner, which is just normal elements, but you still have, when you hit an SSR, a 25% chance for that SSR to be an light dark unit. And then you have the light dark standard banner, which whenever you hit an SSR, it's going to be a light dark SSR, if that makes sense. Rosa, was she one of the new ones? Do you think we can play as a guest option before linking account? I don't know. Sort of Convalaria. I can't remember. So that was a while ago now. I don't think they had it, but I'm not too sure, to be honest. But when you're looking at Doki versus Freya, it's like, you got to remember, you're looking at light dark versus standard element. And if you're like re-rolling, like how much you actually want to re-roll to, you know, get a light dark, and especially if you're going for a specific light dark. So my reroll plan, until I see the other new units as well, is still probably going to be reroll for a Doki or a Lily at minimum. Then if I get Doki or Lily, then you get Tiamat from the beginner selector, and then I'll probably just summon for Freya on the radar banner. I mean, that's probably a pretty safe bet to play. Is real-time PvP the main PvP mode, or just a side mode compared to the regular one? It's kind of like I feel like when you play it, RTA is going to be the main one that you spend more time in if you like it because it's there. But I don't think there's like a main one. It depends on how you play. Like, if you're a casual player, you'll probably jump in and just do some normal arena battles just to get the points. But if you don't enjoy real-time arena, you won't play it. But if you do enjoy real-time arena, then it will be the main arena, if that makes sense. I think it just depends on what you enjoy. Hey, Echo, how you going, man? Cheers, dude. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, so that's the way I'm looking at it at the moment. It's like, I feel like the PvP modes, it's literally like, if you enjoy RTA, it'll be your main thing. If you don't, then it won't. How long is the story mode? And when you reach endgame stuff? So the endgame stuff is kind of like level gated, so you can't get to certain difficulties of dungeons. And once again, this is all based on previous beta. They may change some of this. So it's all about account level. So you want to be burning stamina to increase your account level. Story, I can't speak too much to story because I skip story. You know, and I didn't spend too much time in the story, so not 100% sure. Any idea on how we will limit break a character to the next level? Yeah, so there's these items. So instead of leveling up like fodder characters like you do in other games, there's just like these items you get that act as them. And then there's an experience stage which you can farm to get those to then feed into characters. But from what I found is like all the event, or like whether it be like the monthly reset tower or stuff like that, they all give you a bunch of this resource, which was a pretty decent rate to be able to, you know, upgrade the ranks of your characters. So they do have a pretty good core system for it. I don't think it's like the other games where you're going to spend like 3 days just repeating campaign stages to level up, you know, fodder characters to then feed them in. I don't think you're going to have that issue. And if you do have to do that, all you're doing is farming up an experience stage and you're getting universal ones. So you don't have to keep swapping, you know, 2-star characters in and out and taking them to 3-star and swapping again. It doesn't have that sort of system. But yeah, I think how long does live PvP game take to complete? 5 minutes. Like when I was playing, like I had a few longer ones, but yeah, I feel like 5 minutes is about the turnover from when you actually pair with someone. In the beta, because it was like low population, it used to take me sometimes like 3-4 minutes to get a match. But I'd imagine at launch, it'll be a lot easier to get a match. Let me see if I missed anything. No, I'm good. Why do they want the level requirement? Yeah, my feedback was I don't like level requirements to unlock difficulties of dungeons. I prefer if you built a team good enough to do it, you should be able to do it. That was one feedback I left them. I don't know if they'll do it. I think the reason is that it becomes more stressful on players. Like, so I think my guess would be that the reason they put level locks on it is so that the whales don't get too far ahead of everyone, because yes, some free-to-play players will be able to push that, but a lot will feel left behind if others are on day one farming max stage because they whaled, and then the others can't. So that would be my guess to why they would have level locking on difficulties of dungeons, to sort of narrow the spread between giga whales and beginner players at the start. That would be my guess, but not too sure. MC's just there for story, yeah. At least maybe they changed something, but yeah, from what I saw, yeah. It probably means that if you do want to spend money, yeah. So I think if you're a spender, I think the big thing to spend on early game is going to be stamina or energy, whatever they call it. I can't remember what they called it. Because that's going to allow you to level your account faster, which is then going to let you unlock higher gear farming stages, which is going to put you ahead of people who don't spend for that energy. Since summon currency is lowered, won't that mean the rate and amount we will get will be nerfed? I don't think so. I think the income's going to be good, but once again, we'll have to check that in the next beta. Single servers like global, Asia. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like, you know, maybe like like regional servers, but not like regional server 1 through 376. But I'm not too sure. These games normally have like regional servers. Like, I mean, I you know, like you have like Asia, North America, Europe, something like that. And then the rest is just, you know, there's no like mini servers. But I don't know exactly what they're going to go with there. They stick to what they just said, you'd be having... Yeah, I mean, I think they've done pretty solid so far. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. But I'm going to have to dip, guys. It's a public holiday weekend here, so kids are like at me to get doing stuff. So I had to take a break in... What is it? It's 1:20 p.m. on Saturday of the long weekend. So I got to go spend some time with the kids. So I'm going to have to dip. Otherwise, I'd sit in here and chat about it all day. Release when is June 5. May 8 is going to be beta. May 8 to, what did they say? 19th, I think they said. 11-day beta. So yeah, we'll get on that. But thank you, everyone, for coming. Really appreciate you guys coming to the stream. Like I said, massive shout out to Etheria for sponsoring the stream. Even though, like, you know, I've said openly that I'm going to, like, this is the game I'm waiting for. They still did a sponsor, even though I'd probably do this stuff anyway. So really appreciate them doing that. It's massive for me. But what, you're a father? Yeah, my son's 7 and my daughter is 5. I'm old, dude. I'm old. Yes. But yeah, anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Really appreciate you all coming. Have a good one. See, I'm sure there's other people. I think Tomias might be streaming as well if you want to ask him questions about the game as well. But yeah, catch us, guys. Appreciate you all coming.